After completing this session, you'll be able to master the DISC personality science. You'll also be able to break free from your comfort zone. Now, in 2016, I was struggling to get ahead with my business. I'd been doubting myself, and I didn't know if I could achieve my goals or not. And it was in that year I was introduced to a coach. And the coach got me to complete a DISC report. And the report gave me clarity on what was actually driving me. It showed me what my goals should be and how they would align with my personality. Plus, it showed me how to get and stay motivated 99% of the time. And as a result of that clarity, in 100 days after learning DISC, I made an extra $240,000. So who else today would love to make $240,000 in the next 100 days? Are you ready for it? Well, let's do this together. You're going to love learning DISC. It changed my life, and I want you to have the same breakthroughs as me. So eyes on the screen. Now, studies have shown that people behave differently. They show that people behave differently. Some people are decisive and competitive and daring. And when you hear those words, what kind of person comes to mind? Decisive, competitive, daring. This person who's direct, innovative, persistent. Think about how that person would walk. Think about how that person would talk. This person who's innovative, persistent, adventurous. What would their workspace look like? This person who's a problem solver, results oriented. What value would they bring to a team? Now, when you look at these words on the screen, can you see any of these descriptors that fit you? Now, some of you may be described by some of these words. Some of you may not be. Are there any words here that describe you? Which words describe you from the list? Decisive, competitive, daring, direct, innovative, persistent, adventurous, problem solver, results oriented. Excellent. Alexis, problem solver. Ewan, problem solver. Now, studies have also shown that other people behave differently. Now, when you hear these words, what kind of person comes to mind? Charming, confident, convincing. How does that person walk? Charming, confident, convincing. How do they talk? Confidence, convincing, enthusiastic. And just begin to imagine what their workspace would look like if they were enthusiastic and inspiring and optimistic. And what value would they bring to our team? Optimistic, persuasive, sociable, trusting. Now, these words here, under influence, do any of these descriptors fit you? Which words describe you from this list? Shana, sociable. Diana, sociable and trusting. Alexis, trusting. Excellent. Now, studies have also shown that people behave differently. Some people come across as understanding and friendly. And when you hear those words, what kind of person comes to mind? Friendly, good listener. How does that person walk? Patient, relaxed, sincere. How do they talk? Relaxed, sincere, stable. What does their workspace look like? Stable, steady, team player. Can you see any descriptors that fit you? And which words describe you from this list? Joyce, team player. Sasha, understanding, friendly, good listener, patient, team player. Karima, understanding. Nor team player, patient, good listener. Wong, relaxed, sincere. Now, studies have also shown that people behave differently, and people can behave like this. They can be accurate, precise, and analytical. And when you hear those words, what kind of person comes to mind? How do they walk? How do they talk? Accurate, precise, analytical, compliant. What does their workspace look like? What value do they bring to our team? Compliant, courteous, diplomatic. Detailed, fact finder. Objective. Now, can you see any descriptors that fit you? Which words describe you from this list? Lauren, analytical, detailed. Excellent. Ramesh, accurate, precise, analytical, detailed, fact finder. Isn't it interesting? Just to think that all of these people would walk differently. All of these people would talk differently. Their workspace would look totally different. They would bring a totally different dynamic and value to our team. And I think you can see descriptors in one or more of these areas that would best fit you. So is there 2 words or 3 words from these different 4 columns that would describe you? Maybe you're both decisive and charming. Or maybe you're both confident and friendly. Or maybe you're daring and patient. Or maybe you're enthusiastic and analytical. Maybe you're patient and detailed. Or maybe you're results-oriented and accurate. So is there any combination of words here that would best describe you? Are there any combinations of words here that would best describe you? Maybe there's a word from the dominance and the influence list. Maybe there's words from influence and steadiness. Maybe there's a combination of dominance and steadiness, influence and conscientious, conscientious and dominance. Ramesh, patience and analytical. Shana, persistent, sociable, sincere, analytical. Nor, persistent, optimistic, good listener, fact finder. Alexis, problem solver, trusting team player and analytical. Lucas, detailed, relaxed and stable. Excellent, good. Well, let me give you a couple of famous examples of people who fit this profile. First of all, we start with people like Gordon Ramsay. People like Gordon Ramsay can be described as driven, ambitious, and strong-willed. Now, other famous people who are described as driven, ambitious, and strong-willed can include Steve Jobs, Kanye West, LeBron James, and Christian Bale. People who could be described as influencers are people like Angelina Jolie. They're enthusiastic, they're warm, they're persuasive. Now, other influencer styles include Taylor Swift, Jimmy Fallon, Kelly Ripa, Kurt Warner. What about the famous steadiness styles? Steadiness styles, high S style people can be described as loyal, relaxed, passive and patient. A famous example would include Brad Pitt, Scarlett Johansson, Carrie Underwood. And we also have our conscientious style. We call them a high C. They're detail-oriented, conventional, and exacting. Now, famous examples include Martha Stewart, James Franco, and Daniel Tolson. So out of these 4 personalities here, Who are you most like? Are you most like Gordon Ramsay, driven? Are you more like Angelina Jolie, enthusiastic? Are you more like Brad Pitt and relaxed? Or are you more like Martha Stewart and you're detail-oriented? Lee says more like Brad Pitt. Evelyn, more like Angelina Jolie. Excellent. Now, all of these people have a very different style and they're all famous. So what does that mean? It means it doesn't matter what style you have. What matters is what you do with it.